Isekai.
The Rebirth of the Malicious Empress of Military Lineage. Chapter 46, Betting with Life. The words "now it's my turn" was said lightly by Shen Miao, but had an inexplicable chill in them. The sound was from the highest of heavens, and hit Kai Lin heavily. Cold sweat that was formed on Kai Lin's forehead rolled down as he stared at Shen Miao, who was in front of him. Shen Miao took a few steps forward, and bent down to pick the longbow from the ground. Everyone in the arena watched her every move as their eyes were reluctant to even turn away. This was an unexpected scenario. One had originally thought that Shen Miao would have fainted due to the fear, or rather would have forgotten about her appearance, but she did not do any of it. It was however Kai Lin who was soaking in a cold sweat, and cannot even shoot any of the 3 arrows properly. After a brief silence, the audience below the stage started discussing. It was true that with a father as a lion, the daughter could not be a dog. This young lady Shen is bold. The person who spoke had good relationship with Shenzhen. Previously, when he heard the rumors that Shen Miao was an idiot and a fool, he was suspicious, but with a look today, he knew that these words were groundless. To have such guts and boldness, how would one be a fool? It was obvious that it was someone's deliberate act to purposely discredit the little young lady's reputation. Indeed, not bad. Did you see that just now? She did not even blink. If that arrow was slanted a little bit more, it would have injured her cheek. This young lady does have the air of a general. Even if it was us up there, we would have jumped in shock. You also did not realize which family she is from? How would General Shen's young lady be bad? It seems that those words were just rumors, and are not credible. No wonder one would deliberately discredit her. Wind damages the flourishing trees in the forest, destruction pursues the great. To be this outstanding at such a young age, no wonder it would arouse jealousy. Most of the attitude of the people in the official circles of Shenzhen was rather good. After all, there were many interlocking interests. Moreover, they were always working in the court, and would not be as cautious as the women folk, and also see things differently. In the past, it was because of Shen Miao's young age, but now after growing up, she could naturally show her outstanding skills. Prince Zhu and Prince Jing exchanged a look before Prince Jing shook his head, and sighed. Seems like both of us were wrong. She is an audacious person. Number 9 is regretting it now. Prince Zhu turned towards Fu Ziyu, and smiled. Such a unique female. How could one refuse initially? A person would not change to be like this overnight. It should be that 5th young lady Shen meets with some expert, or else, it would be that she deliberately pretended to be a fool in the first place. No matter which one is, number 9, you would still be in a loss. Prince Jin said. Fu Ziyu smiled as he said, a gentle and graceful young lady, unfortunately, not the person I am delighted with. Regretting it? Fu Ziyu did not realize it, but it was Shen Miao's calm and quiet look that fell into his eyes, and it seemed to be a bit dazzling. He also did not believe that a person would become so different overnight. Was it possible that her previous self was a pretense? But why pretend to be a fool? Was it deliberately done to make him dislike her? Pei Lang placed the teacup he was holding down. He did not know why, but just now he was worried for Shen Miao, but she had unexpectedly held on. Not only did she held on, but she also scared Kai Lin so much that he could not pull his bow properly. Shen Miao was this powerful? Indeed, an exquisite person. Prince Yu smiled satisfied as he stared at Shen Miao's body fixedly. I do not know what kind of taste would it be. Pei Lang frowned. With Prince Yu's words, he was most likely thinking about some dirty and shameful stuff. Unfortunately, Pei Lang's words were of the lowly, and carry little weight. and could not do a thing. You have lost. In the pavilion, Zi Jingxing leaned against the window, and said lazily, "It has ended up like this." Su Mingfeng's eyes could almost pop out. He looked at Zi Jingxing, and then looked at the faraway stage before asking, "Did you already know about this early on?" When one agrees to the bet, one must accept to lose. Zi Jingxing stood up, and pat the dust away from his body. "All right then, I concede." "What is the penalty?" Su Mingfeng answered bombily. "How about the penalty is for you to treat the buried 20 years Nuerong for my celebration after the challenge." "You are truly black-hearted." Su Mingfeng cursed before realizing something, and asked puzzled, "But then, what's the celebration? Are there things that are worth celebrating?" "Now there isn't, but there would soon be." Zi Jingxing's brows were pricked. "Something that is worth celebrating." Up on stage, Shen Miao passed the fruit to Kai Lin. When Kai Lin's hands took the fruit, they were trembling as he asked, "Shen Miao, do you know about archery?" "No knowledge." Shen Miao slightly smiled, as she looked at him. "Today is the first time I have touched a bow, but since there are 3 arrows to shoot, if one does not understand during the first arrow, there is another arrow to always learn." Kai Lin shuddered in a cold sweat, and looked at Shen Miao incredulous. "Are you not speaking nonsense?" Just now, Shen Miao's performance was calm, and steady as if she had often done it with others. Thus, he thought that Shen Miao would be skilled. After all, Xin Zin is a formidable general, and it was possible for him to personally teach his daughter archery. But now, Shen Miao said that it was her first time touching a bow. How would she dare? He said, "You do not know anything. How can you shoot? The fruit will not be shot, and I would die in vain." Gentleman Kai is being too ridiculous. Shen Miao serenely opened her mouth. Her voice was not high nor low, and when she spoke, it was enough for the entire arena of people to hear her. Everyone's brows lowered as they looked at that purple-clad female who has an aggressive air. "Just now, when Gentleman Kai challenged me, why didn't you ask if I had any knowledge in archery? Just now, when arrows were shot at me, why didn't you ask if I would be dying? Why is it when it is my turn to shoot, you only ask if I have the knowledge and ability?" These words rendered Kai Lin speechless. Indeed, he only did it to vent it out for Shen Yu, and deliberately chose archery that Shen Miao did not know. But now, it seemed that he had crushed his foot while trying to maneuver a rock. "Young Lady Shen, this canine son is naughty and mischievous. This official will represent him to apologize to you. You must not be calculative. It is just that since you do not have any knowledge of archery, this would inevitably cause an accident, and it would be difficult for you to hold responsibility." Kai Darren finally could not take it, and suddenly opened his mouth to speak after Furin's constant stares. After he spoke, his face turned red, but he had no other way. Although it was shameful, it was better than letting his son lose his life. He evenly used the word, "this official," to threaten Shen Miao. Even though it was not good to bully a little young lady like this, Kai Darren somewhat blamed Shen Miao for not knowing how to be flexible, and his tone of voice could not help but be imposing. But how would Shen Miao be intimidated by an official? She had dealt with the Xiongnu, the Qin imperial family, and the Ming Qi's emperor. She didn't attach any importance to an official. Thus, everyone intently watched Shen Miao, slightly raising her head as Kai Darren stood at the bottom of the stage. Even though it was far away, it looked like he was prostrating at Shen Miao's feet like a courtier. Moreover, Shen Miao's next words left everyone stunned. She said, "Kai Darren, just now, I bet my own life, and now, It is Kylin's turn to bet his life. The life and death agreement has been established. The white paper and black words stated it very clearly. Even if I shoot him to death today, there would not be any relations. When one agrees to the bet, one must accept to lose. Not waiting for Kaidaran to speak, she continued speaking. One would not have trust if one does not follow what was established. These rules were set by Kylin, and for you to now object, does it mean that Kaidaran is also like this in the official circles? Once the situation looks wrong, you will immediately change the rules.